Why does one woman walk into a room wearing a $20 blouse from a discount rack, and everyone assumes she's wearing designer? And why does another woman spend $300 on an outfit and still look like she's trying too hard? The answer has nothing to do with the price tag. It has nothing to do with the brand name stitched into the collar. It's a secret that old money families have known for generations. A secret that stylists don't advertise because it's not glamorous, it's not exciting, it's quiet. And that's exactly why it works. It's called tailoring. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it turns cheap clothes into something that looks like it belongs in a Parisian atelier. Stay with me until the end, because the fifth secret is the one almost nobody talks about, and it's the one that separates trying to look rich from actually looking rich. Let's begin. Secret number 1. The shoulder seam is everything. Here's a fact most people don't know. When designers and tailors evaluate whether a garment fits well, the very first thing they check isn't the waist, it isn't the length, it's the shoulder seam. The shoulder seam is the line where the sleeve attaches to the body of the garment. On a well-fitted piece, that seam sits exactly at the edge of your shoulder bone, not sliding down your arm, not creeping up toward your neck. Think about the difference between a blazer that hangs off your shoulders, like it's borrowed from someone twice your size, and one that sits crisp, structured, aligned with your frame. That single difference, a seam moved half an inch, is the difference between thrift store and quiet luxury. Old money families have always understood this. They didn't buy more clothes. They bought fewer clothes and had every single one adjusted until the shoulder seam sat perfectly. Because once that seam is correct, your whole silhouette reads as intentional, structured, composed. Here's your homework. Go to your closet right now, mentally if you're watching this on the go, and picture your blazers, your coats, your button-downs. Are the shoulder seams sitting where your shoulder actually ends, or are they sliding? If they're sliding, that's not a style problem. That's a $5 fix at any local tailor. And it is, without exaggeration, the single highest return iteration you can make to your entire wardrobe. Secret number 2. Nothing should ever be baggy, but nothing should be tight either. This is where most people get it backwards. They think expensive clothing is about tightness, fitted, snug, body-hugging. But if you look closely at old money style, at the women who've worn quiet luxury their entire lives, not just discovered it on a mood board, you'll notice something surprising. Their clothes aren't tight. They're not baggy either. They skim. There's a word tailors use for this: ease. It means there's just enough room for fabric to fall naturally over your body, without pulling, without gapping, without clinging to every curve. Here's why this matters so much. Tight clothing signals effort. It says, I am trying to look a certain way. Baggy clothing signals carelessness. It says, I didn't think about this. But clothing that skims the body, that follows your shape without hugging it, that signals ease, confidence. The unspoken message is, I didn't have to try. This simply fits. That's the emotional core of the old money aesthetic. Not flashy, not screaming for attention, just quietly, effortlessly correct. And the fix is almost always the same: taking in the side seams. A tailor can take a boxy, shapeless blouse from a fast fashion store and, with 2 small seams on either side, transform it into something that skims your waist instead of drowning it. It costs less than a coffee run for 2, and the transformation is not subtle. People notice. They just don't know why. Secret number 3. Hem length is a language. Let's talk about hems, because this is where cheap clothing gives itself away almost every single time. Fast fashion is manufactured for the widest possible range of bodies. That means sleeves are cut generically long. Pants are cut generically long. Dresses are cut to a length that's supposed to work for everyone, which really means it works perfectly for almost no one. Old money dressing is the opposite philosophy entirely. Every hem is intentional. Every hem is exact. Pants should break at a precise point on your shoe, not pooling into fabric puddles, not floating awkwardly above your ankle unless that's a deliberate cropped style. Sleeves should end exactly at the wrist bone, allowing just a whisper of your blouse cuff to peek out from beneath a blazer. Skirts should hit at the most flattering point of your leg, and that point is different for every single body. Here's the story behind this. In the 1950s, women who could afford it would never wear a garment straight off the rack. Every single piece went to a seamstress first. Hems were adjusted to the exact millimeter before anything touched their body in public. That habit didn't disappear. It just became invisible, because a well-hemmed garment doesn't look tailored. It just looks correct. And correct is what reads as expensive. If there's one alteration that costs almost nothing and delivers almost everything, it's this one. A $10 hem adjustment can take a pair of pants that look like they came from a clearance bin and make them look custom-made.
Secret number 4. Structure beats softness, but only in the right places. This one surprises people. You'd think old money style is all about soft, flowing, relaxed fabrics. And in some pieces, yes, cashmere, silk, fine cotton, softness matters. But structure is the secret skeleton holding the whole look together. A blazer with a stiff, structured shoulder pad, even a small one, creates a silhouette. Shoulders that are slightly squared, a waist that's slightly defined, a hemline that holds its shape instead of collapsing. This is what gives an outfit its presence, the sense that it holds space in a room instead of disappearing into it. Compare that to an unlined, shapeless blazer with no structure at all. Even in identical fabric, even in an identical color, the structured version reads instantly as more expensive. Why? Because structure requires more construction, more fabric layers, more time. Historically, only tailored, expensive garments had it. Here's the trick, though. You don't need to buy structured clothing. You can add it. A tailor can insert small shoulder pads into an unstructured blazer for a few dollars. They can add interfacing to a collar that's gone floppy. They can stiffen a waistband that's lost its shape. These invisible internal changes are the difference between clothing that looks like it's wilting and clothing that looks like it's holding you. This is the old money trick nobody talks about, because it's literally hidden inside the garment. You can't see structure. You can only see its effect.
Secret number 5. The one detail almost nobody talks about. Proportion over everything. This is the secret I promised you at the beginning, and it's the one that ties everything else together. Old money style isn't really about individual pieces at all. It's about proportion, the relationship between the top half of your outfit and the bottom half. Here's the principle. If one piece is fitted, the other should have a little more room. If your top is fitted and structured, your bottom half should have gentle ease. If your bottom half is fitted, think tailored trousers. Your top can be slightly more relaxed, like a silk blouse with movement. This single rule is why some outfits feel effortlessly balanced and others feel chaotic, even when every individual piece is beautiful on its own. Think of it this way. A fitted blazer paired with fitted trousers, paired with a fitted top underneath, everything is competing. Nothing has room to breathe. It reads as trying too hard, even if every piece is designer.
But a fitted blazer over a slightly looser blouse with tailored, not skin-tight trousers, that's balance. That's the quiet, unforced elegance that makes people ask, where did you get that? Even when the honest answer is a $20 find from a discount rack. This is why tailoring matters more than shopping. You can buy the most expensive pieces in the world and still get the proportions wrong. Or you can buy affordable basics, take them to a tailor who understands ease and structure, and walk out with something that looks custom-made for your body. Because at that point, it genuinely is. Why this actually works. The psychology behind it. Let's step back for a moment, because there's something deeper happening here. When we see someone dressed impeccably, not flashy, not covered in logos, just quietly, perfectly put together, our brain makes an instant subconscious judgment. We assume competence. We assume care. We assume, whether it's true or not, that this person has resources, taste, and control over the details of their life. Researchers who study first impressions have found that people form judgments about someone's status and trustworthiness within seconds of seeing them, often before a single word is spoken. And clothing fit is one of the strongest visual signals feeding that judgment. Because fit is something money can't fake on its own. A person can buy an expensive item and wear it badly. Fit requires attention. Fit requires care. And care is what actually reads as old money, far more than any logo ever could. That's why tailoring is the real secret. Not the brand, not the price. Tailoring is proof of attention. And attention is what expensive taste has always actually been about.
Putting it all together. So let's recap, because I want you to actually use this, not just nod along and forget it by tomorrow. 1. Check your shoulder seams. That's your foundation. 2. Aim for ease, not tightness and not bagginess. Let the fabric skim your body. 3. Get your hems exact. Pants breaking correctly, sleeves ending at the wrist. 4. Add structure where it's missing. A shoulder pad, a stiffened collar, a defined waistband. 5. Balance your proportions. Fitted with relaxed. Never fitted with fitted. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit in a world obsessed with shopping hauls and try-on videos. You don't need a bigger budget. You need a better tailor. The women who look effortlessly elegant, the ones who make you wonder what they're wearing and where they found it, most of them are not buying designer every season. They're buying well-made basics, and they are investing in the alterations that make those basics fit like they were made only for them. That's the whole secret. It was never about how much you spend. It's about how much attention you pay.
So here's my challenge to you. Pick one item in your closet right now. Something you love but never wear because it just doesn't sit right. Take it to a tailor this week. Ask for exactly what we talked about. Shoulder alignment, ease instead of tightness, a precise hem. Then wear it and watch what happens. Watch how differently people respond to you. Not because the item changed, because it finally fits the way it was always supposed to. If this helped you see your closet a little differently, that's exactly why I make these videos, to help you build a wardrobe that feels quietly, effortlessly elevated, without needing to spend a fortune to get there. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of insight, the kind that changes how you see clothes you already own. And I'll see you in the next one.